Iowa was the 29th state to be granted statehood back in 1846. Its capital is Des Moines, which is also the largest city in Iowa. The first European explorers in the state were Louis Joliet and Jacques Marquette, who arrived in 1673. The Midwest state was heavily influenced by European settlers, and this is still evident today in the architecture and festivals celebrated in the state from the Netherlands, Germany, and other European countries. In this video, we explore the best things to do in Iowa. We've collected a list of the top Helen attractions, so make sure to include them in your list if you're a visitor. At first in the list, number 1, Maquoketa Caves State Park. There are some 13 caves scattered around the Maquoketa Caves State Park, all connected by 6 miles worth of hiking trails. Along the way, you'll walk over the natural bridge that is 50 feet high and built over the Raccoon Creek, then arrive at the famous 17-ton balanced rock. There are lots of spots with scenic views too, so bring your camera. You can walk into some of the caves and explore them without too much difficulty. The most well-known is the 1,100-foot dance hall cave. Others should be left to the experts though. If you want to stay overnight, bring your tent and pitch up at the camping ground in the woods. Number 2, Iowa State Capitol. Built between 1871 and 1886, the Iowa State Capitol building cost a total of $2.9 million to erect. No expense was spared, and a large chunk of the money was likely spent on the gold dome in the center that is covered in 23K gold. The building's interior has a grand marble staircase and fine wall paintings that follow you through every floor of the property. Be sure to visit the enchanting law library. The white, winding staircases dotted around the room give it an elegant feel. One fascinating thing you'll see on exhibit is the Capitol's doll collection. One doll was made of each governor's wife. It's curious to see how fashion has changed over the years. Number 3, Greater Des Moines Botanical Center. The Botanical Center in Des Moines is riddled with floral gems. They have numerous indoor and outdoor spaces to explore, each decorated with a unique set of blooming flowers and exotic flora that transport you to faraway landscapes. They have water gardens, grand greenhouses, and quiet areas designed for reflection. You can escape the city noise on a gentle stroll around the gardens. The peace and quiet will restore you. If you get hungry, you can have a light lunch at the Trellis Cafe before leaving. Bear in mind the center also runs guided tours and events for kids. Number 4, Blank Park Zoo. Zoos are a family favorite, and the Blank Park Zoo will be no exception. The zoo has more than 800 different species within its walls, from furry mammals to feathered friends from near and far. You'll get to meet ancient tortoises that can live for 100 years or more, rare Amur tigers, and little-known animals like red pandas and red river hawks. The kids are sure to giggle at the comical penguins splashing around, and they'll likely get a fright from the roaring African lions that are the kings of the zoo. There's enough to keep everyone busy for the afternoon. And if the weather is good, an ice cream is a perfect way to end the day. The zoo is along Southwest 9th Street in Des Moines, right by the Des Moines River. Number 5, Pikes State Park. The park has incredible views of the Mississippi River and sights of the spot where it joins up with the Wisconsin River. There are lots of camping options in the park, and it's just 7 miles away from the Effigy Mounds National Monument. If you fancy doing some walking, you have options for short hikes, like the half-mile trail up to Bridal Veil Falls, or longer trails like the 4-mile hike to Point and where there are views of McGregor and the Mississippi River. Make sure you go and explore the Bear Mound when you're there. This traditional effigy was built during the woodland period by Native Americans. Number 6, Iowa Great Lakes. The Iowa Great Lakes region is also known as Okoboji and nicknamed the Land of Lakes. There are 6 stunning natural lakes within its boundaries. The lakes themselves are known for their crystal clear water and being the perfect setting for some family fun. The largest of the 6 lakes is the Big Spirit Lake. Another popular lake is West Lake Okoboji, which has the clearest water. Bring your fishing rod and head out onto the lake for a day fishing or take the kids sailing. Number 7, Boone and Scenic Valley Railroad. Pieces of this railroad were built back in 1893 to connect Fraser, a mining town, to Wolf, a junction 4 miles away. It continued to expand until it reached Des Moines in 1907. The trains ran, and some still do, on steam engines until they were modernized and the railroad lines were electrified. Lucky for you, you can ride one of these old trains. There are lots of different rides, so you'll be able to fit it in no matter your schedule. There's also the option to have dinner or dessert on board. Number 8, National Czech and Slovak Museum. The museum was opened by a group of 2nd and 3rd generation Czech and Slovak immigrants back in 1974. They showcase the culture and influence of Czech and Slovak customs in the area and celebrate their heritage as both Czechs and Americans. You'll see their traditional costumes and learn about classic and delicious dishes like dumplings and goulash. Number 9, Effigy Mounds National Monument. The effigy mounds are animal-shaped humps that were constructed along the upper Mississippi River Valley. It's a place considered sacred by many, particularly Native Americans. The mounds are culturally associated with more than 20 American Indian tribes. There are more than 200 mounds, each constructed by effigy mound builders during the late woodland period. They are often shaped like bears, birds, deer, turtles, panthers, or spirits. There's still a lot of mystery surrounding the mounds, and their purpose remains unknown. They were possibly built as territorial boundaries or to commemorate different seasonal and celestial events. The visitor center is nearby in Harper's Ferry. At last in the list, number 10, National Balloon Classic. The National Balloon Classic is a unique and colorful event. Come along and watch hundreds of hot air balloons drifting up into the sky at the National Balloon Classic Memorial Balloon Field in Indianola. The sky comes to life with the colors and peculiar shapes of the balloons, and there's a sense of thrill in the air as the pilots compete for various prizes. If you want to be a part of the action, you can go on a hot air balloon ride too. It's not often that hot air balloons fly in the dark, but at the National Balloon Classic you can watch them take to the air in pitch black. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite thing to do in Iowa? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.